might put my windows up just to make this video and then I'll out. Hi guys, it's been a minute since I made a video, but so today I'm gonna put the I'll put it up, but it won't be today. So let's see what this is. So you'll have to so you'll have to yo, get aggravated. I get aggravated, like woo. Today I met somebody, gave me something. I'm gonna save it for the video, so you guys look out to see what it is. I haven't even this person was a normal person, not glamorous, nothing. And I met, not even me, I looked at someone. I could clearly tell that, you know, body language don't lie. Body language doesn't lie. And the thing about body language is, no matter what, you can't hide it. Like, you can't. Like, you could try if you're really good, and you can be fake with it, but there are tells. Anyway, so this lady skinned up her face from me talking to this normal person, and in my line of work that in my former profession, what I used to do was I used to go through people's budgets, all of their money, everything they had. And what it taught me was never judge a book by its cover. When I say that, or not never judge a book by its cover, because it goes in different ways. Sometimes people place, no, it didn't teach me not to judge a book by its cover. It taught me that a lot of people place the wrong value on different things. Like, it taught me that because I remember meeting, and I think this is when I was only making like $90,000 a year. I was only making like 80 or 90,000. I'm a low ball. I'm gonna say 80,000. And inside of me making that amount of money, I drove, because I would get clients from all walks of life, right? But for some reason today, I was like, on that day, I drove to, hi guys, I can't, if you're typing in the chat, I can't really see it because I'm driving and it's raining, but I'm still talking to you all, but I'm not, like, I can't read it immediately. When I stop at a red light, I'll read it. But, so I was only making like 80 or 90, and I go to these people's house, and to be quite honest, I had seen houses that were more beautiful than that before, but this house was nice. When I say nice, it was very nice. It was nice because of the location and the setup. And part of, like I had asked hundreds and hundreds of people how much money they made before. Maybe, at that point, maybe 1,000 people at least. And this is when I was new at doing what I was doing. And they took the opportunity in that appointment to treat me like what I thought in the moment was like crap. I asked them how much money they made, and they got so offended by it when it's a question on the application, like to get the product that you requested, like that's one of the things that you have to disclose to the company, like your yearly income. So I couldn't understand it, and I'm like, this is strange. And they made me feel when I say terrible, I mean terrible. And then after I got out of that appointment, I got anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But they wouldn't tell me the income. And they lived in this big, beautiful house, all of this stuff, blah, blah, blah. And then years later, I had another appointment with someone in a house 10 times more beautiful than that one. When I say 10 times, I mean 10 times. And I asked them about their income, and they told me, and they were like, well, we just going through this, and we just went through that, da, 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 blah, 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 blah. And it hit me. I said, oh my God. It hit me just now as I'm making, like I'm thinking, I'm like, oh my God, those people didn't have any money. That's why they didn't want to tell me how much money they made. But it looked like they had a lot of money, because one of the things about, anyway, I'm not going to go into the law and all of that crap, but they looked like they had a lot of money, and they didn't want to say it because they could have been going through any and everything with their finances, and they couldn't afford what I was selling them. But fast forward, I met with people who looked like your everyday person. They were like they look like a janitor, or I gotta take these off because it's raining and I don't want to die. So they look like your everyday janitor. They look like your everyday garbage person. They look like they were normal looking, right? Like no glamour, no nothing. And they had money. When I say money, I mean like a lot of money. House paid off, savings, no credit card debt. Like, because I would have to go through all of these things. They paid their bills 3-4 months in advance. Like all of this stuff. So they just didn't care to dress up, and that wasn't their cup of tea. Like, who gives a crap? And it made me really like look at people and not judge them based off of their clothing, because, or how they always presented themselves to the world. It made me to be able to look at people based off of how they treated me, not like anything else. So, but that's not why I spoke to this person today. I spoke to him because he spoke to me first, and he asked me if I wanted the little thing, and I'm not gonna show it until later. But when that woman did that to me, it pissed me off, and let me tell you, I went off. Oh my God, I was talking to myself, but I went off. I called her raggedy, all kind of stuff. And what is the most, what I can say is, like, I can't stand, I'm like, men like him are the reason why you don't starve. Like, it's the truth. Like, literally, men like him are the reason why you don't starve. And I realized that a lot of times, just because someone looks the part doesn't mean that they are the part. Like, people can look like they have it all together, but cannot do anything. And because you don't know until you open up the books. I learned this from a banker who used to do mortgages. Like, for some reason, this person took an interest in my professional well-being. And I remember them inviting me to one of these meetings. And I'm like, why am I here? And they go, because, like, you got it. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, they're like, no, you got it. Like, you know how to have your priorities straight. And it allowed me to realize, and I learned from him a lot. When I say a lot, I mean a lot. I couldn't understand a lot of the choices that he had made. Like, but dude had it going on, okay? Like, when I say he had it going on, he had it going on. And both worlds, though, had it going on, and beautiful wife, like, glamorous, all of this. But when you, how do I say this without disclosing anything about him? He had his priorities straight, and you could tell by his choices and his actions and the way he spoke and the way he handled things. One of the things he taught me was, he's like, you don't ever know anything until somebody actually opens their books to you. Like, you don't know. And he said, you don't like, before you ever do business with anybody, make them show you their tax returns. Before you ever sign a contract with anybody to do anything, have them to show you their tax returns if they want to do business with you that bad. They said, like, and if they can't be transparent, then it's not worth doing business with. And that let me know that he, as a banker, was able to see through the fluff. Like, people go to Ross and look like they went to Neiman Marcus, or people go to Shein and look like they went to Saks Fifth Avenue. So it doesn't, those things don't make up a person. And when she did that today, it really pissed me off, because I'm like, I'm a fighter for the underdog. Like, I'm a fighter for the underdog. And it pissed me off, because I'm like, you know what? And he said something that was very interesting, and it let me know. I was like, oh, this shit might be staged too, but whatever. He said, I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. That's me. I'm not afraid to talk to anybody. I talk to any and everybody. It doesn't matter. If President Trump was sitting right here, I would have a conversation with him, no problem, because that's just my personality. But don't, how do I say this? Don't judge people right away. Like, you gotta, like, it's something in the Bible that says, try the spirit with the spirit. You don't know somebody until you actually speak to them and have not one conversation, several conversations with them over, like, multiple conversations. You don't know a person. Like, they can present themselves to be whomever, but you don't know anybody until you have an actual intentional conversation. Not listening in to them, not listening to their video, like, but actually have a personal conversation with them. So I don't subscribe to that bullshit. I don't play that game. I don't. So, but that's all I wanted to say. If you have not subscribed to my page, subscribe, guys. Subscribe. I am getting geared up to do something, like, and I hope you're here to see it. So, I'll talk to y'all later. Bye!